Hello Year 3, I hope you're all well. Yesterday we were learning how to share 1. Let's start by having a look at this number sentence. Can you read it with me? 1 divided by 2. Let's think about how we would solve that. I've got one piece of paper and I would like to share it, divide it into 2 parts. So I'm going to fold it into 2 parts. And I can see that each part is 1/2, one of 2 pieces. So the answer to my number sentence is going to be 1/2. 1 divided by 2 is the same as 1/2. And we learned yesterday that the denominator was the same as the number we were dividing the whole by, the amount of parts we were splitting the whole into. So if I had 1 and I was going to divide it by 4, what do you think the answer would be? Correct, it would be 1/4 because the denominator is going to be 4 because I'm dividing the whole into 4 parts. Let's use a piece of paper to prove that we're correct. Here's my whole. I'm going to split it into 4 parts and each part should be 1/4. Each part should be one of the 4 pieces. And we can see that we were correct. 1 divided by 4 is 1/4.
Here are the answers from yesterday's workbook. Pause the video to see if you were correct. If there's any that you're confused about or any questions you've got, send Miss Downing or Miss Lopez a message. Today we are going to be using our knowledge of fractions to help us solve word problems. Let's take a minute to remind ourselves of what we have already learnt that we will need in today's lesson. We will need to know the words numerator and denominator. Can you remember what they mean? Great job! We will also need to remember how to add fractions. So we know that 1/5 plus 2/5 will make 3/5. When the denominator is the same, we know it just stands for one part. So we can look at the numerators to see how many parts we're adding. And we know this is the same when we're subtracting. 5/7 take away 1/7 is 4/7. Just like 5 parts take away 1 part would be 4 parts, and 5 take away 1 would be 4. Pause the video and make sure you're confident with these 3 things. If you think you need to look back at any of our old videos, go and do that now. We're going to start with 2 of our friends from Maths No Problem, Elliot and Amira. Elliot and Amira have been eating pizza. We can see that the pizza is divided into 5 equal parts. Pause the video and count the parts to make sure I'm correct. Can you write the fraction for how much Elliot ate and the fraction for how much Amira ate? We know Elliot ate 1 of the 5 pieces, so Elliot ate 1/5. We know Amira ate 3 of the 5 pieces, so Amira ate 3/5. And today we're being asked to think, what questions could we come up with using the amount of pizza Elliot ate and the amount of pizza Amira ate? Could you think of a question where we would use addition to find the answer? Could you think of a question where we might use subtraction to find the answer? Pause the video and see if you can write your own question using the information on the screen. Did you manage to think of any questions? Excellent job. I thought of 2 different questions that I could ask. Let's have a look at them together and see if we can solve them. My first question was, how much pizza did Elliot and Amira eat all together? What do you think I will need to do to find the answer to this question? Pause the video and see if you can show me how I'd find the answer and prove that your answer is correct. To find how much pizza Elliot and Amira ate all together, I will need to use addition. The word all together helps me know this. All together is a bit like saying find the whole. I know Elliot ate 1/5 and Amira ate 3/5, so I can add these together and I know that they ate 4/5 of a pizza. I'm going to use a bar model to prove that my answer is correct. I've got a bar that I have split into 5 equal pieces because my denominator is 5. I've shaded one of these pieces to represent Elliot's 1 piece. I've then added 3 more pieces to show Amira's 3 pieces. And I can see all together that I have got 4 pieces. So I've proved that they ate 4 pieces. They ate 4/5 of a pizza. Did you manage to think of a question that used addition? If you did, I'd love it if you could send me a photo so I can have a look. The second question I came up with was, who ate more? Have a look at the picture. Can you tell me who ate more? And how do you know? I know that Amira ate more because I know that 3/5 is greater than 1/5. We learnt that when the denominator is the same, the greater the numerator, the greater the fraction. My question then is, how much more did Amira eat than Elliot? Pause the video, see if you can write the number sentence and see if you can prove that your answer is correct. Did you find the answer? Great job. I hope you were able to prove that you were correct. Let's see how I solved this question. I started by using a bar model. I drew a bar to represent how much Amira ate. I split my bar into 5 equal pieces because the denominator is 5. And I shaded 3 of those pieces because Amira ate 3/5. Elliot's bar has only got 1 piece shaded because Elliot only ate 1/5. To find out how much more Amira ate, I need to use subtraction. This is my number sentence. 3/5 take away 1/5 equals 2/5. So I've started with how much Amira ate, I've taken away the amount Elliot ate, and what I'm left with is the difference. I'm left with how much more Amira ate. Did you manage to think of a problem that involves subtraction? If you did, you can also send it to me so I can have a look. I'll see if I can solve it and prove that my answer is correct. We have looked at how to solve word problems using addition and subtraction of fractions. Now it's your turn to have a go on your own. On the screen is a question. We're being asked to work out how much cake the 2 children gave to me. Pause the video, see if you can find the answer. I would like you to write a number sentence and then use a diagram or write an explanation to prove your answer is correct. let's have a look together. First, we need to work out how much cake both the children gave me. I can see that the circles have been split into equal pieces, into equal slices of cake. Can you help me to count how many pieces there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 equal pieces, so I know my denominator is going to be 8. The little boy has given me 1 of the 8 pieces. Can you say this as a fraction? Correct, we would say 1/8. The little girl has given me 3 pieces, so she's given me 3 out of 8 pieces. Can you say this as a fraction? Correct, 3/8. If I want to work out how much cake the children gave me all together, what do you think I will need to do? I will need to add. I'll need to add 1/8 and 3/8. This will tell me how much cake I got all together. If I'm adding 1/8 and 3/8, I know my answer will be a fraction. Can you tell me what the denominator will be? Correct, the denominator will be 8 because the cake is still divided into 8 equal pieces. That's not going to change. Can you tell me what the numerator will be? Correct, the numerator will be 4 because 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 slice of cake plus 3 slices of cake makes 4 slices of cake. And 1/8 plus 3/8 makes 4/8. Now you might be looking at that answer 4/8 and thinking that it's not in the simplest form. You would be correct. I'm going to leave a little extra challenge here and see if anyone can work out the simplest form of the fraction and send it to me. I'll let you know if you're correct. Now it's time for your independent practice. You will notice that we have skipped out a few lessons. Don't worry about this. We'll look at them when we're all back together in school. Today, I'd like you to go and complete worksheet 28, pages 124 and 125. For questions 2 and 4, you'll need to think back to what Miss Lopez taught you last week. You might want to check the videos if you're struggling to remember, or you can send us a message on Class Dojo and we can help you. Good luck. I'm really excited to see all of your learning. And remember, if you'd like an extra challenge, there's a question in our PDF pages for today.